Hello, I'm Rick Steiner. Welcome to Luxe Life Discovered. Our podcast today is sponsored by Bride Or Company, and we're glad to have them on board. Our co-host today is Shannon Richmond with the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce. So welcome again, Shannon.
Thank you. Always happy to be here.
Well, good. And our guest today is Payton Brundage, who has Elite Tan. And Payton is a leading, maybe the only tanning mixologist in this area. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us what a tanning mixologist is, because, you do spray tans, but there's more to it than just a spray tan.
Right. So traditional spray tan artists, they're usually going to use one or two solutions on every single client, which is a little scary because there's hundreds of different shades of foundations out there for a reason, because everyone has different skin tone, skin type, complexion, things like that. So what I do as a tanning mixologist is actually craft a customized solution for you there on site, because I'm a mobile spray tan service, based on your skin tone, skin type, and desired shade. So it's super custom. You won't get that Oompa Loompa syndrome where you're turning orange. It's really a flawless, natural looking tan. So yeah, I'm Florida's first and only tanning mixologist. I'm glad to serve the third Bay area.
So
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So how did that come about? I mean, how did you ever, that's such a new concept. So
it is a new concept. I felt like there was such a need here for a luxury spray tanning service. And then as I spent about a year going back and forth from Miami, training with different celebrity tanning artists and learning their techniques, I really realized that, wow, there's still a hole in the market for something truly custom, where you can really mix different bases and different solutions. And so I did a lot of research on my own and took that expertise from the different tanning artists I got certified under, and then created my own formulas. So it's been a lot of fun.
Okay. Question that comes to mind, I think we may have talked about this at one time. Tanning mixologist in Florida. Did you have skeptics that thought, why would we need spray tans when we're in Florida? You know
what? I've noticed a lot of people want to show up to the beach already tan. Yeah. So I haven't had any kickback from that. I feel everyone loves to be tan. I also do contour, which is really fun. So I can sculpt the abs, give you the booty lift. So
really?
I have definitely bring it on.
So talk about that a little bit more. It's a spray, the way you spray them?
Right, so it's an actual spray tan solution I'm using, but I have a different separate machine. It's a contour machine, so the nozzle is a lot thinner, so it comes out like this versus like this. So, and a lot of people think, oh, well, I have to have abs to get contour. No, I will spray it on, and it still looks natural. You're not going to look like a weird bodybuilder. You're going to look amazing. Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, my
how
goodness.
do you do the booty lift then?
Oh, I draw the line. I kind of curve it up. Little Kim K moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't give away all my secrets. Just with me and I'll show you.
That's great. So, but it's really great because a lot of people come from areas that there's not a lot of sun, or
they're visiting. They're on vacation here.
Right. And so that's perfect. They can come in, get the spray tan, and look like they've been here for months.
Without all the skin damage, the sun damage. Sure. I have a lot of clients too. Who also have a bunch of sunspots, age spots, fine lines, wrinkles. And traditional spray tan solutions tend to cling to those areas and accentuate it and darken those spots. So I actually created something called an Everclear solution that goes on completely clear. It's formulated without a bronzer, and then it's not going to rub off on clothing or your wedding dress. I do it on my brides.
Right.
It's part of my bridal package. And then the next morning you have a beautiful tan. But what's great is that it doesn't accentuate all the skin irritations I just talked about. So I literally have something for everyone. It's
even
great.
for Rick.
Even for Rick. I gotcha.
So are most of your clients women?
They are. I will do couple spray tans when they go on vacation. I just did a groom yesterday. So it's couples, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to look like I just had a spray tan. I'm like, not with me. Not with the tanning mixologist. I can make it look really natural.
Well, that's good. You don't want your husband to be all pale and you look so
good. Yeah.
So how does that work? So you come to their house and you set something up? Do you have or do we go to your van, or what is?
Oh no,
what's
I
it like?
I don't know. I do not have a van. Tanning mobile, so I pull up, and then I enter your house. I have a tent that I pop up, so to ensure no spray gets anywhere. So it's a really clean, easy process, and then from there I just spray away.
And how long does it take for what do you do to prep? What would I do to prep for you to come to spray me?
Honestly, all I need is just a space. It could be a bathroom. I do it in bathrooms all the time. I've done it in hallways and an outlet. and you're good to go. It really is so convenient and so easy.
It's so nice.
It really is, yes.
So when did you first discover that you wanted to do this?
So my story's kind of crazy. When I was 14, I got signed to a record label as a singer and a songwriter. And I'm a very dedicated person, so I decided to complete all of high school in just 2 months. I did it online, so I was really committed. And
Wait, you did high school in 2 months?
yes.
Oh, wow.
I like
Okay.
ace. I'm like that kind of person where if I'm all in or all out no matter what I do. So the first 6 months of my contract was great. I felt like I was making good connections, and there was a lot of trust between my label head and I, because he always portrayed like he had certain morals and values that aligned with my family and I. And I've always been so close to my family, and so they were super involved with the whole process. But unfortunately, after about 6 months is when the real colors started kind of coming out. And it's hard because when you're in a contract, it's not like you can just leave. And so I know it was hard for my family to watch me go through these things, but I'm so grateful they were with me. Like, my mom was in every single meeting, but she still can't control certain things. So it got to a point where, like, over the next 3.5 years of my contract, the amount of just verbal and emotional abuse was intense. There was this one meeting where it was like a 2-hour meeting. My mom was in the room, and he was just hammering into my head that I can't connect with people.
Oh,
And he said I wasn't talented. He doesn't know why he signed me.
let me go. Sign that.
So it was hard because I feel like, connecting with people has always been one of my greatest strengths. But that's what he did, is he kind of took your greatest strength and tried to turn it into a weakness. And, I had to just finish out my contract. But it wasn't until after that I realized, wow, like, the amount of words that were being spoken over me were so negative. And I think when you're in a situation like that, it's hard to think you're going to get out of it. You kind of, because I remember slipping into that mindset of, this is how it is, and this is how it's going to be, and I just need to accept it. But when I got out of the contract, I was like, no, like, that doesn't have to be my life. And so
That doesn't define you.
it doesn't define me, and music also did not define me. It was just an outlet for me to be creative, because I've always been so creative and entrepreneurial. And so after that, I figured out that what's really important to me is to have control over my finances, over my emotions, and over my career. And I was intrigued by the beauty industry, because I always thought, like, makeup artists and hairstylists, it's so fun for them, because every time a client leaves an appointment with them, they feel so good. And so that's when I got into spray tanning. And throughout that experience, I realized that I was making women feel so beautiful in their most vulnerable moments, because there's nothing more vulnerable than just meeting me and getting butt naked and saying, "Here I am," right? But
Working on.
so beautiful. And it was really cool, because I'm able to now, through what I'm doing, is put women in a situation where they're vulnerable and feel good, which was the opposite of what I felt, as I felt so vulnerable and I was made to feel so small and not safe.
Right.
So it's, I know people love spray tans and that's fun and all, but for me, it's so much deeper. It's just about, it's been empowering for me. Like, as I'm empowering other women, making them feel really good, I have this confidence every day that I don't have that burden of having someone just, like, over my head telling me who I am and who I'm not. Like, I get to define that. And it's been really, truly a blessing.
Well, and do you think, of course, it's not you, I know you're not glad you went through that, but don't you think that made a huge impact on the direction that you went afterwards?
Yeah, I think there was actually a lot of good, because I learned how to walk into a room with, obviously very intimidating man, and know how to stand my ground and have opinions but still be respectful. And although my opinions weren't taken the right way and I would get punished and have a performance taken away, it was okay, because I still got to stand my ground. And it also taught me a lot about marketing and branding and how to brand yourself. And I've applied all of those resources and tools to what I'm doing now. So, and I also think it helps me connect with people even better. So I do connect with people, So as I know there was a lot of bad, but I also see it as one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it makes everything so much better.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So speaking of branding, you just did a branding shoot
Oh,
recently.
yes.
Tell us
So
about that
fun.
because the pictures were
Oh,
amazing.
oh my gosh. So I worked with Robert. He owns Forever Young Images, and he's just so comfortable to work with, but he's so killer talented. So I got my clients together and we all did a branding shoot, and I had Sania Crawford do my makeup. I've known her since I was 14. And then I had Adrian and Molly with Pure Collective do hair and makeup for the models. It was so cool because like everyone was just so collaborative. It was so fun. I even had a videographer there named Mirko. It's always so fun when I get to connect
Well,
with
the
community.
location wasn't too
Oh,
shabby either.
yes, so
Where was the location?
it's actually a property called Bellamere. It's by
Okay.
Paradise Properties. And so my boyfriend, he actually works with Paradise Properties.
Okay.
So they were like, yeah, we got this great property. And I was like, whoa, take it. It's beautiful. I love it. Yes, so Bellamere was the property.
Okay. Well, yeah, the shoot was just from
Thank
what you
you.
posted. Absolutely.
Thank you. It was a collaborative effort between everyone.
And then you worked recently with, or did a pop-up with Jennifer Albert, Jerry 38 Salon.
Yes, she is so talented. I feel like we have so many talented people around here, but more than that, she's also not only business savvy, but just a really good person. And when you walk into her salon, you just feel at peace. You feel like there's just so much good energy in what she's created, and she really loves what she does. So I know she's probably coming to the event, right? That you're hosting.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes, that'll be so fun. Hopefully, we're neighbors.
All right, well,
The
I'll
event.
make sure.
Yes.
I just made that now, yeah.
Yes. No, she's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, she was on the podcast a few weeks ago.
Oh,
and we had such a good time with her.
Aw,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
she's awesome.
but yeah, you're right. There are so many talented people in this area. There are so many talented people that it's until you really take time to realize that. I mean, you just kind of take it for granted. But it's like with you and what you're doing, such a unique, and especially now to find out you're the only one in Florida, that's
Right.
even more amazing. So, but yeah, so where do you see you're going from here? Like, you know.
So I developed my own line of tanning products and professional spray tan solutions. So the goal is to start launching a spray tan academy where I can actually certify others in tanning mixology and allow other
That's-
people to launch their own spray tan business and give them a way of making money and
So
having it be
franchising.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
kind
good.
of.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I'll give you more details later.
So when you started, did you do the typical just spray tan and then you're like, well, gosh, there's only 2 or 3 colors, and then you just
That's
got
why I
in.
had to just research. You'd be surprised. Like if you actually put your head down and research everything about a subject, you can invent things. Like you can learn so much more from it. I took a lot of time to really train and to get my techniques down. So most people watch a YouTube video, then become a spray tan artist because there's no certifications required. There's no training required. So that's why you have people turning into
Interesting,
Oompa getting orange. So I literally took a year and said, this is what I want to do. And I want to be the best at it however I can. And I surrounded myself with incredible artists and then took their knowledge and kind of put my own spin on it.
So how did you find the people that you worked with to really fine tune everything? Like
So a couple of them actually weren't hosting classes. I just reached out myself and said, listen, I respect your artistry. I feel like you'd be a great person to learn from. And you'd be surprised when you reached out.
and
You
they
can
were
get a
receptive
they
rather
were.
than feeling threatened.
Right.
So that's
Yes.
a huge part as well.
Right.
So-
So
So where does this entrepreneurial mindset come from at such an early age?
So my mom owned retail stores for 13 years, and so my sister and I literally grew up in her store, greeting customers, putting them in fitting rooms. And my mom always said, you know, you're going to be nervous, but do it anyways. It's okay to have those butterflies. Do it anyways. And so we just did it anyways. And then from there, my sister and I, from elementary school to middle school, had our own bracelet company, and we were ended up. It was so fun. So we ended up being in over 500 stores internationally.
Seriously?
So we had 500 different wholesale accounts. We traveled to the Dallas market, Atlanta market. We were featured in Girls Life Magazine. So we did the red carpet event there. So that's when I got the first taste of business. And it wasn't like my mom was doing everything. Like, yes, she was helping, but she was like, if this order doesn't go out on time, that's on y'all. We're like, okay, we'll get on
really?
it. So that's when I got my
That's-
first taste of business.
Yeah.
Yes.
So mom didn't cover for you. I mean, she did, but she made you responsible and
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That's
so
good.
we were involved
responsible
with
for that.
everything. I mean, we had to end up getting an office space because we could no longer have inventory in our house. I mean, orders were going out like crazy. And then My dad has always been very entrepreneurial too. So I just feel like my whole family has always been very nurturing of my sister and I pursuing passions and just going for it.
Yeah.
So
So when you developed your own products,
Mhm.
so how in the world did you, I mean, that to me is
Yeah.
such a, I can't even imagine.
you
know,
definitely
so-
have to work with a chemist. That's all I'll say.
Okay. All right.
It's definitely a lot of work. It's not the easy route, but it's the route that I wanted to take because, like I said earlier, I'm all in or all out.
Yeah.
So, and I also wanted to use. I'm all about scaling a business, so I don't want to start something if I'm not able to scale it in the future. So, the goal from the very beginning was to eventually scale it in a way where I can teach others how to spray tan and then sell my solutions.
I like the way she approaches everything. It's very, you bring us in, and then you're like, but I'm not going to.
Bring you in and then watch me do it.
I may give you a little teaser,
Yes,
but no.
that's right. The preview before the movie.
That's right. Well, no, that's a very smart business person too. I guess I was thinking like even like researching the chemist to use. That's a
Right.
I can't imagine
And I
exhausting process.
I think a lot of
itself.
people think, when they develop their own product line, it's going to be so hard and such a long process, which sometimes it is. But when you surround yourself with really great mentors and people in the industry, you're learning and getting so much information and you're meeting people along the way who can kind of point you in the right direction. So I think it's all about being receptive and just trying it because you never know unless you try.
Right.
So
That's
it
true,
doesn't
yeah.
have to be this
You
overwhelming
probably
thing.
skipped a lot of steps because they've already done that, and you
Right.
listen to their advice because they're the professionals. So then you're able to
Right.
start here rather than here, and then just keep
Exactly.
moving forward.
Yes, that's what I've always loved. I just feel like surrounding myself with people who are better than me, smarter than me. It's so helpful because I can learn from them and then maybe they'll learn something from me. But I think
Right.
I always love doing that. I want to learn from everyone and just absorb as much as I can.
No, that's good. So when you talk about your spray tans, do not come off on the clothes, especially bridal gowns.
Right.
Because I know you're going to be at my SEG Hotel Effie Bridal Show
Yes.
in February, which we're looking forward to that. That's going to be such a fun event. And you're going to spray tan the brides,
Yes.
the models.
I'm so excited.
So were like bridals?
Did you put me down for a model?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, Shannon, where's your dress? I was like, oh, I forgot. Yeah. But were bridal salons reluctant at first about, okay, it's surprising.
like
like-
about spray tanning?
Yeah. Because and probably before you, I'm sure
it was
there
probably
were
all
some
over their
bad-
dresses.
I
Yeah.
would say photographers. It was the wedding photographers that were the most reluctant because they have to do the work and airbrushing and fine tuning,
And get
the
all that out.
editing.
Yeah.
And so
I didn't think about that.
yeah, so I have lots of actually wedding photographers here who only refer me because they don't have to do the work of like, oh, her wrist is splotchy or oh, she's orange. It's less
Oh, I
work for them.
thought you meant work coming off on the gown. You're just
Oh.
talking about the overall look.
Right, overall look.
Complete,
And then, yeah, the Everclear solution is new for this area. I'm actually the first person to offer the clear solution. So I have had lots of bridal shops like Margaret Ellen Bridal. I mean, that whole team over there, they're just amazing.
are.
And
We
they-
like them.
They're awesome. They have all different types of dresses too, with all different price ranges. So they're great. But they've been super supportive of my business as well because they know that my solution's not going to ruin the bride's dress.
Right.
Because that's the last thing you want to worry about on your
Oh,
wedding
yeah.
day. Is
Well,
getting
that too,
bronzer
or
on
even
the
doing
dress.
shoots,
Right.
promotions, and then all of a sudden you have a dress that has
Can't use again.
Yeah.
But and just throwing this out there'll be our exclusive bridal gown shop
Aw.
at the bridal show. So yeah,
It's going to be
But-
great.
it
I'm
is. It
excited.
is. I mean, the talent that's going to be there is crazy. So yeah,
I know we got to look our best.
I know. Have to do little touch ups. Yeah. I need the abs and the booty lift.
That's right. I got you.
I don't have enough ingredients for that. So when do you think you would be at the point to have your academy?
I'm really working super hard on it right now. I'm hopefully by the end of the year.
That's soon.
Yes.
Wow.
I work 7 days a week and I'm doing this right when I get home. I'm researching and categorizing things and putting together courses. So hopefully by the end of this year and if not early next year.
Wow.
amazing.
That's
I'm a busy
ambitious.
girl.
Yeah, well, it's just like this year, that's like 2 months. Goodness, month and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And Shannon, when I get on Instagram in the morning, I wake up and I check everything. She's got a story. Off to my first appointment. I'm like, when did you sleep? Yeah. So I'll send her a text like, seriously?
I literally woke up the other day at 4:30 for a spray tan because
Oh,
I
wow.
will get you in, because especially if it's something important, it's an occasion, and like I literally don't have any other time slot. I'll say, okay, I can get you in at 5:30, and they usually like, okay, we'll take it. I'm like, okay, anything for the tan.
Oh,
Wow.
So how long does it last?
It'll last
Oh.
5 to 9 days, but I do have a tan extender lotion that'll extend your tan for up to 14 days. So.
Okay.
14 days after that? Or
No,
total of
up
14
to
days?
14 days. So it's great if you're going on a honeymoon. So
Oh, yeah.
it can help extend it over.
They don't start looking all...
It helps
Yeah.
the fading process too, so you're not fading patchy as well. So it keeps your skin hydrated. It has active tanning ingredients to keep that color going, so it
Yeah.
doesn't just fade right off the bat.
I didn't think about that part. Yeah. So that is good. Yeah.
And is that tan extender, you know, where you're saying the brown spots or the lines, does that accentuate the brown spots or the
Not
lines?
at all.
It's just, okay, like your Everclear?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. It's just like a normal lotion you rub on.
Oh.
And the tanning agent is not so intense to where it's going to look like it's going to accentuate those dark spots. It's light enough to where it doesn't accentuate. It just adds color.
Wow.
Yes. I'm very strategic with how.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the attention to detail
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So what all products do you have? I know you have the
Yeah,
extender.
so I have the tan extender lotion. I have a self tanning mousse that you can apply at home. It's great for in between spray tans, or if you want to just do a full body coat 2 weeks after your tan. And then I also have an elite aftercare kit, because you'd be surprised, 90% of the products on the market are going to strip away your tan or even cause it to turn brassy, which is no fun. So I created something called the Elite Aftercare Kit, which has 4 different products that are spray tan safe. So it includes SPF, that's spray tan safe, so it's not going to remove it. Facial cleanser, face
Who
and body
thought
lotion.
about all
I
that?
know.
You did.
Well,
Wow.
that's a lot that I didn't even, not ever
I have the
thought
whole
about. So, yeah,
Wow.
very good businesswoman.
Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
So there's so many things going through my head because I didn't know what a tanning mixologist exactly was.
Right.
Didn't realize you were the only one in Florida, much less this area. And then your product. So the research, you're really on the ball for a young woman that is very determined
Right.
and who started in a different profession. And then, I mean,
Right.
with the bracelets, who knew you were a bracelet entrepreneur? Yeah. And then the singing, and then look where you are
Right.
now.
I
So,
feel
yeah.
like this is the first career that I've had that has all different elements of myself in one. So I'm able to connect with people. I'm able to network. I'm able to collaborate with my local community because I've grown up here my entire life. I'm able to do all the social media marketing and branding, which I love. I get to make people feel beautiful. It's just like everything is just wrapped up all
Yeah.
in one. So this is something where, because I'm so passionate about it and I love it so much, that's why I'm like, I want to do this for the next like 10 years. Like, I just want to have my academies. I want to train people, allow them to have their own businesses,
Wow.
continue working with my own clients. So I've got big goals, but I'm working hard to get there.
That's gonna
Oh,
be
I think you'll
yeah.
be there. Yeah,
It's going to be
absolutely.
interesting to see how this all develops. And
Yeah.
then when we have the world-renowned Payton Brundage Elite Tan
Ooh,
Academy.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
she may want to change
Well,
that
that's
last
true.
name.
Yeah. Elite Tan Academy.
So there you go. Yeah. I love it.
Well, I have no doubt you're going to do well
Oh,
with
well,
it.
thank
So,
you.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
So, what's been the biggest challenge in pursuing this?
That's a great question. I feel like the biggest challenge, there was such a big transition from my experience in music to here. So I think a lot of it has just been my self-talk, because the words that are spoken over you are so powerful.
Right.
And it got to a point where I realized that I'm constantly like, uplifting others. But then when it comes to myself, I don't know why sometimes that's so hard for me. So I think the biggest challenge has been believing in myself to do something outside of what I was doing before. And then not having that negative self-talk get in the way.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy how I feel like it's the people who are so complimentary of others and are always there for other people that really need that to do that same thing for themselves. And so I feel like that's a struggle for everyone. And I feel like I'm getting better at it. I do my daily affirmations and I meet awesome people like you guys, so that's helpful. But I would just say self-talk, and I think that's something that we learn every single day.
Yeah.
So.
And it's really overcoming the negatives in our
Right.
life, because that's what sticks with you
Right.
so much
Yeah.
more oftentimes than people, the positive and the compliments. It's always that negative experience, negative thing that just kind of stands out, unfortunately, but that's, I think that's just part of who we are. You know, we go back to that. So, well, great. Well, I have enjoyed you being here very much, because this, and it goes by quickly. So, but yeah, so just look at the camera and tell people how to contact you and about your website and to find out more about your products and everything. So
if you want to book with me, I'm Payton Brundage, Florida's first and only tanning mixologist. You can text to book. The number is 850-979-5354, or you can even go on my website at elitespraytans.com. Make sure there's going to be a little pop-up to receive a complimentary gift at your next appointment, so definitely take advantage of that too.
Shannon's going to be doing that as soon as we get out. And I just hope you get some confidence and develop a personality. No, no, everything has been great. It's been so much fun. All right, our podcast series this week is sponsored by Brundage Skincare Company. We have the owner, Bradley Azell, with us. So we're just going to ask Bradley some questions to help learn more about this product. So one thing I've noticed, what is one of your mission statements for your company?
Yeah. So one of our mission statements is, we believe a fulfilling life is where a man chooses to live and not just exist. And I pulled that from a great, the idea of that came from an old English poet called Jack London. And so that's one of the ideas behind it. We believe that a man's life is best lived when he's in the pursuit of a compelling mission, goal, or passion. And to kind of bring that back to Brundage, our passion is, making men feel more confident and better looking with our products.
Okay. And then do you have any Black Friday specials coming up that you'd like to promote?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have a Black Friday sale going on for 48 hours, starting on Black Friday. Promo code Black Friday 25. Use that at checkout. And would love your support there.
Okay. And what if someone's watching the podcast? Is there a code for them to get a discount?
Yeah. So being a part of the podcast today, any Luxe Life listener can have, we'll keep a code going at all times, but Luxe Life 10. So obviously you want to take advantage of the Black Friday sale, but in the future, any customer, so LUXE Life 10. So anytime you want to use that after Black Friday, you can get 10% off your order.
All right, awesome. So again, tell us about your product and why a man should use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So our key product right now is our men's anti-aging face serum. So it's a great product to make you look more youthful, feel more confident when you wake up in the morning. And it's something that you can apply. It's very easy to apply. You can apply it morning or night. I prefer to apply it at night and let it do all of its magic during the evening. And what it will do is over time help fade some of those wrinkles that will happen with aging or other signs of aging, and then improve your looks. And what I love about it is I feel more confident.
Okay, confidence, self-improvement, and achieving and being your best while you're looking good. That's
right.